Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Kasum Minta Misha with my group members Nur Amali Shawkina and Nur Fazila. Today we will present about the anterior cruciate ligament reconstruction. First of all, let me introduce a little bit about the human knee joint. The articular cartilage of the knee consists of anterior and posterior cruciate ligament and medial and lateral meniscus. On the extracapsular cartilage comprised of the medial and lateral contralateral ligament, and the muscle of the knee joint consists of quadriceps and hamstring. The function of SCL are to prevent the anterior translation of the tibia over the femur. Second is prevent tibial rotation. Third is prevent the knee hyperextended. The biomechanical of the SCL injury can be due to sudden stop, change in direction during walking or running. The second is direct contact, collision from outside, football tackle or others. Next, for physical assessment, there are consists of three. First is Lashman test, anterior drawer test, and pivot shift test. And the grading measurement based on the transition of the tibia and the degree of the tear of the anterior cruciate ligament.
Doctor will do assessment by using MRI. This can give clearly defined of image of all structure at the knee, including ligamentous injury and other abnormalities. Next, for the management of SCL, there are two options which are non-operative and operative management. For non-operative, they are usually after immediate injury and no symptom of instability. This is by rest from doing activity that cause knee pain, apply ice, do the compression with elastic bandage and elevation by using a pillow. It also includes anti-inflammatory drugs such as ibuprofen to reduce pain and swelling. For the operative management, SCL reconstruction is needed if the SCL is completely tear or partially tear and unstable. The surgery may use hamstring, quadriceps or bone patella tendon to reconstruct and repairing the tear ligament. As for physiotherapy assessment, the therapist may evaluate the pain by using VAS scale, goniometer to check range of motion. Next, measurement of thigh and knee circumference after the surgery. Check the joint stability including muscle strength. Knee injury osteoarthritis outcome score is used in rehab to assess patient outcome. Lastly is assessment of functional tests such as Hope test.
Protocol of SCL reconstruction. For phase 1 is after the operation, week 1 to 2. The rehabilitation goals are to protect graft, to reduce swelling and minimize pain, to restore the patellar mobility, restore quadriceps function and leg control, and patient education such as keep the knee straight and elevate, do not rest with the towel under the knee. Next is for precaution. First is post-operative extension brace for 2 to 4 weeks. For hamstring graft, avoid the aggressive hamstring set. For meniscus repair, no weight-bearing flexion and don't push through any compression type of pain during the flexion range of motion. For progression of the weight-bearing is weight-bearing tolerate with crutches until able to ambulate with the quadriceps control. There are three types of intervention for first and 2 weeks, which is swelling management, range of motion exercise and strengthening exercise. For swelling management, there is ice compression or elevation. Next is retrograde massage or ankle pump. Next for range of motion exercise is first is patella mobilization at the knee flexion of 30 degree. Heel slide with towel, prone hang. This is not allowed for hamstring graft. Sit knee flexion. For strengthening exercise is calf raise, quad set, straight leg raise, hip abduction and MES. Okay, the criteria to progress is full active knee extension at the 0 degree, which is must have to active range of motion. Next is quadriceps contraction with superior patella glide.
This phase begins 2 to 6 weeks after the surgery. The goals are to achieve active range of motion for about 0 to 130 degree. Next, to help restore mobility of the patella with minimal swelling. And then, to restore normal gait, which is non-antalgic gait. Next, to be able to climb up the stairs about 8 inches. And lastly, is continuing to improve lower body extremity and core body strength. Patients need to avoid activities such as descending stairs and avoid activity that cause pain. As for the weight bearing, is follow the doctor preference and patient tolerance. During phase 2, exercise can progress from simple muscular control to body weight exercise and gym-based program. For the range of motion exercise, patella mobilization can be continued to prevent scar tissue formation around the patella. Next, added prone knee flexion and hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Repeat 3 to 4 times. You can use other leg or hand to provide the bending pressure. Stationary bike and elliptical machine may be started for 15 to 20 minutes. In addition to knee range of motion, lower extremity flexibility can be promoted by beginning a static stretching for the hamstring, ITB band, gastrocnemius soleus, including hip muscles. Then, for the strengthening exercise, start toe rise and forward step up. Toe rise can use table for stabilization. Gently raise the heel off the floor, hold for 6 seconds and slowly back down. Partial squat can be done to develop muscular control. Then, leg press machine can use for the quadricep muscle. Core strength is important component of the balance. So, start do the bridging exercise. Next, introduce the balance exercise progress from single leg to wheelbarrow. And then, criteria for advancement. To progress to phase 3, 125 degree of knee flexion must be achieved. Patients show no antalgic gait and have good patellar mobility, including ability to ascend X inches of step or stair.
Next, for phase 3 in ACL rehabilitation, or also known as running, agility and landing phase. It is around 6 to 12 weeks after the ACL reconstruction. So for the rehabilitation goal in this phase, it is to maintain full knee range of motion, have good knee control, which able to descend 8 inches from stair with good leg control, able to regain strength and balance, and able to progress on agility program. So for the precaution in this phase 3, first it is to avoid pain when doing therapeutic exercise or functional activity, and second, running and sport activity must be taken consideration until good knee strength have been developed. Type of intervention that can be done in phase 3 ACL rehabilitation is range of motion exercise, agility exercise, strengthening exercise, and balance exercise. For range of motion exercise, it is only be performed if patients still have limited range of motion or patient need to achieve end range of motion. For agility exercise, it is only be done in low amplitude, and it is done if the patient had only have adequate leg strength. And exercise that is recommended is ladder drill, slalom running, forward and backward skipping, carioca, and sideway running. And for strengthening exercise, it is a bit advanced from phase 2 strengthening exercise, and example of the exercise is double leg deep squat, static lunges, bridging with leg on ball, and single toe raise. For balance exercise that is recommended is single leg balance with addition of catching and throwing ball, marching on Bosu ball, and single leg on the trampoline. For criteria for advancement to phase 4 is patient must have no swelling after the exercise, patient have good leg balance, good single leg balance, have normal jogging gait, and patient able to hop without any pain. So after the athlete have completed the phase 3, they will proceed with phase 4 in ACL rehabilitation, or which is known as athletic enhancement and return to activity. It is around 12 to 16 weeks after the operation. So in this phase, the rehabilitation goal is to maximize the strength and flexibility to meet the athlete demand in their own sport and able to run with pain-free. For the precaution, it is the same as phase 3, which is to avoid pain when doing therapeutic exercise and functional activity, and avoid running and sport activity until adequate strength have been developed. So in this phase, exercise are selected to continue to build the leg strength for the athlete to meet their sport demand. And second, the exercise is selected to target the speed of force production or power. For exercise performed in this phase is plyometric and agility, balance, cardio, and strengthening exercise. And some of the exercise recommended in the article or protocol is mat ball squat catches, vertical jump, single leg hopping, lateral shuttle with increased speed, jogging and running on uneven surface, or cutting with 45-degree change direction. And for the criteria for advancement is the KOOS sport questionnaire must be more than 70%, receive clearance from the orthopedic doctor to return to sport, and have maximum vertical jump without any pain or instability movement. And next, other than that, athlete must have no any instability experience during the rehab.
ACL injury prevention program should be considered for people who are rehabilitating for ACL injury or reconstruction. Phase 5 start to begin after 6 months of surgery. The rehabilitation goals are to accomplish strength and flexibility for the sports activity. The next goal are to achieve 90% of isokinetic tests, quad strength and hoop symmetry relative to opposite limb. As for the precaution, patients should not continue and do the activities if not have sufficient strength and pain occur during the activities. At this point, physical therapist or athletic trainer will provide specific exercise based on sports and needs. Patient will start to expose to higher level of activities that require high power generation, and cutting and changing direction may be priority. A few examples of plyometric and balance strengthening exercise such as bilateral box jump, hopping to the box, zigzag bounding, scissor jump, including FIFA 11+. Lastly, in order the patient or athlete to discharge from the rehab, they must achieve 90% of performance-based tests in functional hoop and isokinetic tests. Patients also need to be independent in gym training and be independent in progression of load in therapeutic exercise program. Lastly, the athlete or patient must have confidence and no fear to return to sport-specific movement in order to discharge. In this slide, we provide examples of FIFA 11+. According to the evidence, FIFA 11+ is for sport-specific injury prevention program that had been developed for players prior to competitive game and training.
Alright, that's all from us.